Hi Gemini, thank you for joining me. I hope you guys are well. I have a reading for you today for the Virgo new moon, which is taking place on the 9th of September. I'm just going to tell you how I'm going to do this reading first before we get into anything. I've pulled the Moon Tarot card from the Minara Erotic Tarot. I am obsessed with this deck. I just look at the artwork. How perfect, if any, of any deck, I think, for new moon in Virgo. So should we talk about the new moon? So new moon's a really good time for new beginnings, restarts, reset. Where is it in our life that we want to start something new? What is it that we want to do moving forward? Okay, a previous cycle has come to an end and we're given an opportunity to start with a new one. Let's make the most of it, shall we? We've got such a good go-getter energy like Virgo in this new moon. And this new moon is going to ask of you to be as diligent and to be as straightforward as you can with yourself. Right, if we think of Virgo, we've got two sort of archetypes, shall we say. We've got the virgin, the purity, the real innocence, okay? And then we've got the hermit, the experienced light bearer, the wisdom giver, you know, of the community. Someone who is perhaps aloof, but you always know where you can find them. So what am I going to do? I'm going to use this as our motivation for this new moon. I am going to pull 4 cards just as a bit of advice as to what you should perhaps bear in mind for this new full moon. Okay, so when we think of the Virgin, we think of our relationship with self, okay? How we internalize perfection, ideas of perfection, that real 6th house mutable feminine energy. This is like yin energy all the way. Giving, cultivating, nurturing. What is it that I can make? What is it that I can produce? There is a real practical side to Virgo as well. If we think about the hermit, we've got a healer, a knowledgeable, somebody who can extrapolate after analyzing the weight of something, looking over things, an overviewer, an overseer. In your fellow sort of Mercury child, if you will, this is somebody who is very much aware of freedom and is the person that Mercury uses to communicate earthly matters, sales, trades. You know, a lot of Virgos are real estate agents. Go figure. Relationships with themselves, okay. It is quite like Gemini. It's that duality, that double nature of the internal versus the external. And all put in with a splash of communication. Let's throw that right in the mix, shall we? So, Gemini, I have 4 cards for you for this new moon period. Let me call out the cards. I have the Page of Pentacles. I have the 6 of Wands. I have the Star. And I have the Temperance card. Okay, Gemini, Virgo season, new moon, okay? Page of Pentacles. I want you to start at the beginning with something. I think there is something in your life that is requiring clear intention. And it is time for you to use this new moon, I think, to set your intentions. And do it in the way that Virgo loves best. Write out some lists. Get organized, shall we? There is something that needs, it's a new start. Okay? And I feel like this new moon is going to be an opportunity to set off a new cycle, fully aware of where it is that you need to go now in your life. There needs to be a progression, and I want to say it needs to be a progression within the tangible things in life. I think there is a victory that is very much on its way to you, and it could be in regards to something that you have been working quite hard on that may have been quite reluctant to come to you. But I want you to use this energy, this Virgo energy, this Hermetic energy as a precursor to the going out and celebrating, but taking that time alone a little bit to do a bit of self-reflection. Maybe use this new moon to see where you can purify your intentions in order to be able to get to exactly where you need to get to. I think you may have encountered a period of setbacks, but taking in this energy and setting yourself on a journey of self-release from perhaps any bad habits and bad habit patterns that may have built up, you will now discover that you've set yourself some new standards, okay? There are things that you need to cultivate within yourself, and I think this really gives you the perfect opportunity to do so. Gemini, I want you to try and illuminate areas of your life that you know things weren't working. Be it your communication, be it your pace, be it the expectations that you have. There were things that quite clearly weren't working. However, this is an opportunity for you to now use your attention in a very different way. Do not let it be scattered and spread out. I think that you really need to be quite analytical and quite practical with where your energy is going now, and I have a feeling it needs to start from within. Is there a Aquarius or a Sagittarius? Either way, you need to be seeking some sort of spirituality at the moment. Virgos are very spiritual and very intuitive signs. There is an awareness that you are going to have to carry with you after this new moon, but I want you to take this new moon as an opportunity to get spiritually connected with yourself, okay? If we're thinking about the harvest, if we're thinking about, allocating weight and worth and value, I think once we can take a bit of a spiritual recharge button, which this new moon will allow us to do, your progress, I think, is going to develop in leaps and bounds. However, tempering your temperament can be quite important at this time. I think also you've got to bear in mind that there are things that need an opportunity to grow organically. And give yourself a little bit of self-love to accept that things sometimes do take time. And where you might have felt like something was complete, it may not be. It may be the beginning of a whole new journey for you. However, it does require a bit of faith from you right now and a little bit of, a little bit of pacifying yourself, okay? I don't want to say you need to put on a front like everything's okay, but I want you to use this new moon as a period to spiritually connect with your guides, your God, your universe, whatever, and come to terms with whatever it is that you need to either resolve with an earth sign or get really humble and come back to basics with, so that you can seek out a new pattern in order to be successful in Virgo season. I think this new moon gives us a very good opportunity to use this real earthy energy, this mutable energy, to change course wherever we might need to, but bear in mind that it is a period of self-healing, and it will require a little bit of faith from you on your part. Gemini, I want to say that in the achievement of goals, we've got to be quite careful with our relationship with others and how others perceive us. Again, there needs to be an element of back to basics, a little bit of humbleness, because there's no reason why this new moon can't be the gateway, the doorway to a lot of spiritual and emotional satisfaction if you can take that time to nurture yourself and really connect with something that's quite pure and innocent, and use this energy, this Virgo energy, to just fill yourself up, I want to say, Gemini. I feel like a little bit of alone time, a little bit of getting back to basics can help really override any paralysis that may have, held you back from victories. I do think this new moon is going to lead to something that is quite victorious for you. I just feel like you need to be quite brave and follow those dreams. There is an air of independence in this. All 4 of these cards are alone. And so maybe use this time to meditate and seek out your individual voice and see where you may have been coming from a point of view of the cup is half full, and where you can now use this as an opportunity to fill your cups right up. Gemini, I hope you found this useful. Have a beautiful, beautiful new moon period, and I will catch you guys again at the end of the week.